I won't use them. Unless they will make me free Pokeballs. A black apricorn. Cool. Apparently the tree gradient, I thought it drops like a special kind of way of looking at of getting berries. Like if you want to do it that way, it's faster depending on your mon. According to Cerebi, that's actually false. Apparently it always gives you the same set amount for each and every berry that we got a drop for the last session. Oh, I could also show you guys the thing. Okay, so if you were to go over here, I'm also looking for footsteps, so I'm going to slow down here and there, making sure that I don't actually like go past them. So, excuse me going slow. But that's the reason why I'm going slow. It's because I don't want to skip it over. Yeah, I don't know how long this session's going to be. I had to clean out my drive a little bit so I can at least have more room for anything. Because I've always had a room. Actually, I think I did, because I think I moved videos out while I was rendering some new ones. Ah! No! Leave me alone! So, yeah, when I found out that the one session that I think I was rendering was only 4 videos, I'm like, oh, hey, that's fine. I'll put them back in. It says I'm like 30 gigabytes short. I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. 4 videos don't make 30 gigabytes. It makes like 4. Yeah, this one. This is the one I was thinking of. Okay. So this event right here. Words are carved into this ancient tombstone. Spread my voice. So that's a special thing that can only happen if you have Nintendo Switch Online, or if you can somehow, I think it's like LAN it. Of course, if you were to play as a LAN, it's much more difficult because you actually have to be around 50 people playing this game. And that's not kind of like ideal. You'd rather use Nintendo Switch Online for that, which I think is the reason why they actually have that feature, or have this event in there, is to like promote it kind of thing. Like, oh, if you have this, you could get this one thing done. Oh, I don't know how to get Galarian Slowking, actually. I have a Slowpoke actually set aside for that reason. Yeah, I think I should have one. I just randomly bred the one that you get a hold of, and I just decided to yeah, here it is. Yeah, because I think this is a different language of saying Slowbro, I think, and then this one's a different way of saying Slowking. I don't know. I just look at Cerebi and I'm just like, oh, that's a pretty interesting way of calling it, and then I just did that. That's what I did for, I think, most of the newer mons now. Like, I think you could, like, I think for Eternatus, I think I have, like, all of the different ones for it. And my first one, which I named it Eternia. Leave me alone, Bolton. I liked you at the beginning of this game. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I think it was the first time I got Yamper. I'm like, oh man, that looks pretty. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna go get it. Then it evolved into Bolton. I'm like, dude, it's pretty good. I think by level 30, I think it wasn't holding its weight, kind of thing. It wasn't doing as much as I would like it to do, so I had to. So I boxed it. And I was so sad because I was like so happy for it, because like it was a really good mon. It's actually really nice. It's pretty fast. It's also pretty strong in physical attack. I think it can learn every Fang move too, so it's actually not that half bad. But you know, it's not the greatest, and it's sad because it could actually be very devastating. Where's all the other footsteps? Oh, Terrakion footsteps. Where are you? I tapped them again. Either way, that's fine. Okay, what was the other thing that I looked at? Oh no, I didn't click anything else. Okay. Oh no, they have character customization right at the top for some reason. Ooh, metronome. Come on. I don't see anything else. Can we over here? Ah, there we go. There we go, chip to pot. Yeah, I don't really think that there's much else I think I need to pretty much say. Actually, there is something. So I think I already explained why I have like 4 Shifus, pretty much. But just in case somebody just came to like this episode or like this session kind of thing, is like, how does he have all these Pokemon? So pretty much I had 2 Nintendo Switches. I had to give one to a family member because, of course, with the whole current dilemma of the pandemic, Nintendo Switches have become very, very expensive. They're about, I think, $600 Canadian, pretty much, or probably $500 American, which is way too expensive for a Nintendo Switch, especially since that's just the console. Like, with the normal accessories and all that, that doesn't come with a game. That's just the console. And so, I was told if I could, you know, give away one of my Nintendo Switches for a birthday gift, I think. I think it was birthday. Definitely wasn't Christmas, so definitely birthday. And so I said, you know what, sure, why not? It doesn't really matter. But I was going to use that Switch for recording, pretty much, because this one's used for, I don't want to say public travel, but this one's my travel one, because it has a difficult to put on case that I'm starting to... I don't want to get wear and tear on, but, like, you know what, it's going to end up happening anyway, regardless. But the one thing that I definitely want to do, and this is the sad thing that I find it with Nintendo products, especially for their consoles, I definitely have noticed it with the 2DS and 3DS, and I was really sad that you couldn't do it anymore, or that they keep patching it, which is kind of sad, is I want to have a Switch that can be homebrewed, but I'm not going to be doing anything like bad with it. The thing is that I had, well, I still have it, but like I don't use it for that reason anymore because it's a very old drive and I don't rely on it anymore because it could die any second now. And I'm glad that I have an actual hard drive in the computer now, so I don't have to keep plugging something in order for me to actually access it. But I have a hard drive, or I'll just say what it was before. I had an external hard drive that was about 4 terabytes big, right? So I was like, oh, I could, you know, make use with all the saves that I have. I was able to do it with all my Xbox 360 saves. So I thought, oh, hey, I guess I could also use it for my Nintendo Switch ones. Maybe, you know, Nintendo finally learned that, you know, maybe if they gave us that option, we could do it. No. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's a thing. So I'm like, okay, so what else could I do with that? And then they're like, oh, we have cloud save, and I'm like, that's great, but that's not what I want. Like, I have a 4 terabyte hard drive, and literally it has a folder specifically for saves, game saves. I have all my, like, PC saves, obviously, because PC, you're allowed to move it from one location to another. So I was like, okay, I have that. And then I also have my, what do you call it? I have my Xbox 360 ones. And I also homebrewed my 2DS. Which, again, the only thing I do for that is to have my saves on backup. So let's say I let, I don't know, a younger cousin that's like 5 years of age on my 2DS. So if they ever find a way to, I don't know, remove my save. Bingham Job, I knew you could do it. Oh, sugar, there I go again. But it's so hard to contain my excitement. Let me see it. There you go. Okay, cool. One more legendary down. Hey, about that, yeah. Guessing she's just like, oh my god, I never expected to see one. So yeah, that's pretty much the only reason why I want to homebrew, is just because I want to keep the save. That's literally the only reason why I like having my 2DS homebrewed, is that like anytime I'm like, you know what, I want to like, let's say even when I'm recording, let's say, you know what, I feel like recording Pokemon Ultra Sun, and I'm like, but you know what, I really like my old save. I don't want to like, you know, lose it or something. So that's why I have it that way, where I have it homebrewed specifically so though I don't have to rely on that anymore. I can just go, who cares? I'll redo the save. I'm trying to find Terrakion, so I can just save it before I fight it. Terrakion? There he is. He was my favorite out of the three. I like Terrakion. And then Cobalion was second. Enter his butt. There you go, Terrakion. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, but that's pretty much like the reason why I like to homebrew. It's pretty much just to keep the saves. Because, and it's not that I don't trust Nintendo and their internal hard drive and everything like that. If you could upgrade the internal hard drive, hey, that'd be awesome. Like, we can only upgrade, I think, what is it for the Nintendo Switch? The external hard drive? Which is fine. And I'll show you why I don't really like the fact that we can't upgrade the internal hard drive. I see wind again. Even if it gets a crit, it won't kill. Unless Terrakion really does not like me. It's got a lot of health. That's gonna do a lot. Oh, I didn't think it would kill, but yeah. Regiiron. I think Flash Cannon. Oh, Flash Cannon's gonna get stabbed. It's not gonna kill, hopefully. Nope. Okay, it's killed. So I'll show you what I mean. So, like, if we go under my system settings, okay? Let's go under my data management. So you see my free space for system memory right now is only 23 gigabytes. This is because all Nintendo Switches come with a 32 gigabytes internal drive. Now, if I were to go to, let's see, I think it's managed software. Yeah, so you'll see all my other games, pretty much. Cool. So let's say I want to get rid of this game right here. So, oh, it doesn't tell you actually how much it is. Okay. So the micro SD card that's actually in here is actually 512 gigabytes. It is a Samsung something. I forget what it is exactly. I'll pull it up on Amazon right next to me so I can actually say what it is. But I looked at, I think, a couple websites to find out the best one, pretty much. And this one got a lot of recommendations because of that. Because it was, like, high performance and such. It was a high performance micro SD card. Here it is. Okay, so it is a Samsung micro SDXC Evo plus memory card with adapter. Adapter doesn't really matter. And it's a 512 gigabyte thing. It was very good. This was back during, I think, beginning of 2019, I think. Is that when the craze happened? Where like micro SD cards were like really cheap. And then before I got this one, I got a 256 one, and then I was quickly capping that bad boy. Before I found out that you can archive software, where I didn't know what that meant. I thought that meant that it was keeping it under, like it was still keeping it on the Switch, but it was like compressing it so it didn't take as much room. But no, what it does is it keeps it on your Switch as an icon, but it removes it physically from the Switch. So what ends up happening is that when you go and let's say you want to go play that game again, you could just go click the game and it'll tell you, oh, do you remember